Watch and you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your world. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for The Little Mermaid, starring Halle Bailey, Jonah Hauer-King, Daveed Diggs, Melissa McCarthy, Javier Bardem, and was directed by Rob Marshall. And our story follows it's a live-action reimagining of the young Princess Ariel that we all know and love already. She's living under the sea. She wants to be part of the human world. She wants to kiss the guy, but essentially he has to kiss the girl so that she can break her curse from, getting her voice back, all that good stuff. Look, you've seen this movie before. It's one of the most popular animated movies that Disney has. It's just a reimagining of it, so there's no need to get crazy into the plot. We're just going to get into what I liked and what I didn't like about the movie. Alright, so as far as what I liked about the movie, I'll start with Halle Berry's performance. Halle Berry. That's going to be... Hopefully I don't do that mistake too many more times. But Halle Bailey's performance in this movie was absolutely incredible. I thought she did a phenomenal job as Ariel. Look, not only the portrayal of the Ariel character herself, but the voice, which is a very pivotal part of Ariel's character, she absolutely kills it. Halle Bailey's singing voice is immaculate. I absolutely adore watching her sing. I absolutely loved seeing her give her 110% performance to absolutely just make us feel these songs. I mean, she just has a very beautiful voice. It's honestly a joy to see. It's honestly a lot of fun watching her have fun on screen being this character. I won't even lie to you. When she was not dragged away, but when she was taken away from Grownish to do this movie, I was actually pretty upset because she was one of the characters that I really adored in that show. So I was hoping that if she's devoting all her time to this movie, she's going to give 110% effort and be absolutely incredible. And she was nothing short of incredible. I mean, that girl absolutely killed this role. Jonah Hauer-King, who played Prince Eric, he did a phenomenal job as well. I'll say this. Of course, Prince Eric and Princess Ariel and Prince Eric's relationship is the backbone of this film, so you definitely need their chemistry to work for you to even have a good time in this film in the first place. Their chemistry is off the charts. I absolutely adored both of them. They do very well together, and they carry most of the film. I won't lie to you. Their relationship is what backpacks most of the entirety of the movie. I won't lie to you. But I do say, I gotta stop saying that so much. I won't lie to you guys at all. Like, everything I'm saying is the truth. But if I say I won't lie to you too much, hopefully I stop that at some point. But look, either way, as far as I'm concerned, the rest of the movie, other than the two main characters, is pretty average. Melissa McCarthy does do a good job as Ursula. I was about to say it again. Melissa McCarthy does do a good job as Ursula. She doesn't necessarily stand out, or she didn't necessarily blow me away. And honestly, the only thing in the back of my mind the entire time I'm watching Ursula, I'm not even worried about Melissa McCarthy's performance. For a majority of the film, the only thing in my mind that I was worried about with Ursula is what the finale was going to look like. The big Ursula in the sea. I was wondering what that was going to look like. It didn't look that bad, but it didn't look that good either. I mean, it really didn't take me out of the film too much, but that's really the only thing I was worried about with the Ursula character. I knew once I saw Melissa McCarthy casted, I'm like, yeah, she's gonna do a pretty good job. Melissa McCarthy's very talented. She can play Ursula. I can see that, obviously. I was really only worried about what the big Ursula was gonna look like at the end, which it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good either, but it doesn't necessarily take you completely out of the whole movie experience at all. I'll say this though, as far as everything else in the movie goes, it's pretty average. I mean, the Disney live action retellings, my personal favorites, I'll say Cinderella is my favorite one. It's easily the best one. Honestly, just due to the fact that Lily James kills it, and honestly, they just make that movie have so much joy, and it feels like a refreshing reimagining of the Cinderella story. I won't lie to you. Oh God, there I go again. But it's a really good retelling. The other ones that I fairly enjoy a lot are The Jungle Book. I thought that's definitely an underrated one at this point because nobody talks about The Jungle Book anymore, but The Jungle Book is definitely a really good one. Aladdin is one of my personal favorites. I had a ton of fun in Aladdin, so that's one of my personal favorites. Beauty and the Beast, adored that one as well. I love Dan Stevens and Emma Watson, so Beauty and the Beast is definitely a personal favorite of mine. And the John Legend Ariana Grande song is a big reason why that's, up there as well. But this one, I'll say, it doesn't necessarily, hold up against those, but it's definitely better than the atrocities that are The Lion King, Pinocchio. I wasn't that big of a fan of Mulan, personally. I thought, like, a lot of things could have been done different in that movie, but I thought that this Little Mermaid movie was a lot better than those films. It's just the fact that no one else is really bringing anything to the table. Like, I love Daveed Diggs. He's so talented, immensely talented. The dude's incredible. He does a good job as Sebastian the Crab. He does as best as he can, but it's just like the obstacle that I feel like Disney keeps running into. There are a few, and this is kind of where I go into my segue into what I didn't like about the film, just because to clear it up, the only thing I really liked about the film was Halle Bailey's performance, Jonah Howard King's performance. Melissa McCarthy was good as well. Javier Bardem, he was good as the king, but personally they just didn't really have much to do. They just Javier Bardem doesn't really have much to do, but the same things that Trident does in the original film. And I'll segue into that in a second. But as far as like what these movies do, that I feel like they just keep running into obstacles. All the popular animated characters in their films, such as the entire Lion King cast, like the way they made them look and how the lions just look very dry coming off of like trying to say stuff with their face. They just look like unemotional. Like Sebastian's look in this film takes a very long time to get used to. And then Jacob Tremblay as Flounder, and I can't remember, Awkwafina plays the bird, but that was very annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not an Awkwafina hater whatsoever. I think she's actually really funny and I think she's really cool. I just, I thought her voice was very annoying in this film itself, but I don't know, but like I said, maybe it was just due to the fact that the obstacle I feel like these movies keep running into is the animated characters themselves. They just can't they can't give them the feel of the original animated characters themselves. Like Sebastian just doesn't really feel like Sebastian the entire film here. Flounder, Jacob Tremblay, he does what he can, but I mean, like, they just don't necessarily feel like those. I feel like they can't recreate what those animated voices and those animators did. Like, I feel like those just can never be recreated, which is why they keep running into obstacles. I'll say this, the only film that actually really did that, very well is The Jungle Book, as far as bringing all the animals and making them more humanly emotional, like to make this actually see emotion on their face and make them look like, actual characters and things like that. Like The Jungle Book was the only movie to truly give full effort into doing that, due to the fact that one, majority of those characters are animals, but I mean The Lion King is straight animals and they made that look very poor. Sebastian, it takes a really long time to get used to him here. And then another thing that I have a problem with as far as these live action remakes go, of course, all the movies that they're basing these off of, or all the movies that they're reimagining back in the day, were only like an hour 20, hour 25, hour 30-minute movies. Of course, you're not necessarily going to make a shot-for-shot remake of an hour and 30-minute movie and keep it at that runtime, because that would basically just be copying the movie. This movie is 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I won't lie to you, the stuff that they fill in to make this movie longer, as far as like not even, I'll talk about the songs in a second, but like the stuff that they do to fill in like that runtime, that to make it kind of separate from the original movie, that's kind of where they lose me in some of these films, because what they choose to fill in the runtime with kind of just doesn't really feel like purposeful. It doesn't really feel like, it felt like we could have had something else. Like The Little Mermaid, for example. In this movie here, towards the end, we get a shot of all the mer people and all her sisters and like everybody that, was a part of her home, of which of course is, how the ending in the first one went. But personally, I felt like it would have been a lot cooler to see Ariel go through like a trial of mermen, like for us to like see her dad try to actually set her up with guys. But I know that isn't necessarily the gist of what Ariel wants. Like, she's not doing this all for a guy. She just wants to be a part of the Earth world. She just sees Eric, and then that's kind of where, you know, her intentions really become clear, that she really wants to go up to the Earth. But I mean, she already really had a passion to be on Earth before she met Eric in the first place. So it's not really all about a guy per se, but I just felt like there were so many things in this film that we could have been introduced to as far as the underwater stuff goes, and the mer people, and seeing more of her world instead of the Earth world. I mean, I just felt like we could have filled in that runtime with other stuff to make this film a bit more interesting. And honestly, the extra songs as well. Prince Eric's song was ass. Did not enjoy that. Did not enjoy that song whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was very random. It was like Naomi Scott breaking out into song in Aladdin. Just random as hell. Not that I didn't enjoy Naomi Scott's voice. It's just she kept breaking out into song at random times during the movie, and it's like, I get y'all trying to fill the runtime, but like, do we really need a song right now? And that's kind of how I felt about Prince Eric. So I was just like, his dude don't need to be singing right now, but I get y'all need to fill in the runtime, so do as you please, do what you need to. But I'll say this, overall, guys, this movie is a very average entry as far as the Disney movies go. I did have a good time in it. I won't necessarily say it was bad. I won't necessarily say it was fantastic. It was good. The only thing fantastic about the movie is Halle Bailey's performance herself. The rest of it is pretty average, I will say. Everybody does the best to do with what they're given, but then I feel like there's just not really enough effort to truly make these things like a refreshing, imaginable experience. Like I said, Aladdin for me was a ton of fun. Aladdin was just a ball of fun. Cinderella was the best retelling as far as the real live action stories go. Jungle Book was great. Beauty and the Beast. Like, I felt like those movies were just capturing what their original movies were, and I feel like the only person here that was truly capturing what The Little Mermaid was before was Halle Bailey and Jonah Howard King. I feel like those were the only two really capturing the magic not Cinderella, why am I saying that Little Mermaid had. Like, that's the thing, these movies have a very tall task as far as recapturing the magic that those animated movies had, and a lot of the movies kind of hit on that part. They capture the magic. A lot of ones miss. This one, it was kind of on the in-between. It only hit the magic part as far as our main characters go. Everything else was kind of meh. And for all those reasons and so many more, guys, I'm going to give The Little Mermaid a 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, guys, so The Little Mermaid, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Look, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff and so much more, guys. I really do appreciate you for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of The Little Mermaid movie. What's your favorite Disney live-action reimagining film out so far? If there's any that are announced in the future, what are you looking forward to? But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Look, this is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.